you guys launched the SEG around 2017 then? Is that correct
That sounds
assumption?
about right. About 7.5 years ago, time flies by. We're approaching almost 8 years at this point. But our founder, Jun Juga, came to me. We were working at ET together, and he had a plan to launch a module company here in the U.S. and asked me to come with him. And so a number of us actually ended up following June over and launching SEG here in the US. And so as you kind of look at the team over at SEG, you'll see that a lot of us worked at other module manufacturers together.
Got it. And so how has the company evolved since the early days? Were you focused initially in the utility sector, or resi and CNI? Were you manufacturing? Were you importing? Were you and how did that evolution come to happen, and how does that compare to what you guys do today?
Yeah, so we've had it's been a fun ride. We grew very quickly. And so when
Mhm.
we initially launched here in the US, you could say we were almost set up as a trading company. We
Yeah.
have a lot in common to what trading companies look like. We partnered with an existing module manufacturer, and we produced and sold modules under the SEG name. So we've never sold modules for anybody else. They've always been SEG modules.
Yeah.
However, we did partner with another module company, and so we leveraged their contract manufacturing until we were able to start doing JVs. And then once we started doing JVs, we again continued to grow, and now we have our own factories, both here in the US and in Indonesia.
And were the JVs also in Asia or outside of the US initially, and
Yes.
now? Yeah.
Yeah, so we have a long history of working out of Indonesia, and so we originally did JVs in Indonesia. We actually did a JV in Thailand as well, and we produced modules under those JVs in both Thailand and Indonesia. As of today, we have about 105 acres of land in Indonesia, and on that 105 acres, we're actually building out some additional cell capacity today. We're building out additional module capacity today, and we'll also build ingot and wafer. Probably sometime we'll break ground on ingot and wafer sometime mid to late next year. And so our capacity in Indonesia is going to go to 5 gigawatts of module, 5 gigawatts of cell, and then obviously we have a 2 gigawatt factory in Houston, Texas.
And is most of that production going into the US market or any other markets outside of the US market?
Yes, so US is our largest market. So
Yeah.
we're focused. This is where we go. I have a philosophy that you don't fly over business to get more business. But that being said, our second largest market would be Spain. So we do a lot of business in Spain. We do some business in the EU. We've actually sold modules into China as well. And in Indonesia, there's a domestic content market there, and so we do participate in the Indonesian market as well. And so we are growing our footprint, but the US is the majority of our business.